So good morning if you're joining live, and if you're coming on the replay, then thank you. This is a BhaktiFlow, SoulSounds Asana. Asana is the Sanskrit word that basically refers to the poses. And this class is really dedicated to the relationship that you have with yourself and the connection that you have with divine nature. So we will be honouring the energy of the new moon that was last night, and you can move as much as you like. It's very organic, this flow, so there won't be a lot of technical instruction. And I encourage you just to kind of feel what needs to shift and what needs to move, and you'll be encouraged in that manner. So I'm currently coming to you live from YouTube and Instagram, just letting you know that if you're making comments now, I can't see them. I don't know really how these things work too well, so I might get to see them later if you're commenting, but you could also just comment perhaps after we've finished and the replay goes up. So my name is Gaelle. If you haven't done a class with me before or seen any of my stuff, to begin with this morning, we're just going to really connect with our heartbeat. So just closing your eyes, and perhaps you're lying down or sitting, maybe you're in the car. I live in New South Wales, Australia. We're currently in total lockdown. So part of the reason for coming on here is because the general class that hits off at 8:30 on a Monday morning can't be here. This class is fueled by mantra, which helps to connect you to your breath. Not just that, it really helps to get you out of your head and into your feeling body, which I understand can be a place that feels sometimes dark and gloomy. I also know that without us being open to explore what it means to live and be with ourselves in all the ways that we are, we don't give ourselves the space to become who we truly wish to be. And of course, the energy of the full moon really is about bringing to the foreground, into reality, dreams that perhaps you've been holding on to. So as you're sitting, if that's what you're doing, you can just start to sway your body. There's no particular way that you're supposed to feel here. There's nothing you have to do, so there's no right or wrong. You may make big moves, you might make small moves. And it doesn't matter. But as you focus on the inside of yourself, start to think of the area in front of your spine. And so that as you move from inside the body rather than from the outer, You'll understand that there are different ways perhaps that you'll start to move. And it might bring you to making different shapes than you're used to, which might be nice to feel. So wherever you are and whatever you're doing, just bring yourself back to some quietness, some stillness. And place a hand, you've got choice. Obviously you don't have to do anything with your hands. You could place one hand across your heart space with the other hand on top. You might place one hand over the heart space and one hand over your belly. And just as you're breathing, I invite you to create sound. Maybe just a hum. So let's start with that. And the humming sound, you might feel unusual about it. And there's nothing wrong with unusual. So let's try again. If you're someone who's not used to making sounds like this, then perhaps you can think about what if you just do it, and what if it doesn't matter what you sound like? What if there's no one to tell you whether your sound is good or bad, right or wrong? As I said at the start, this class is about the relationship that you're developing with yourself and the connection you have with divine nature, divine spirit. So what if the sounds you make connect with nature in some deep and loving way? Let's turn our hum into an om sound. So you just need to make the hum sound with your mouth open. Just take a breath in. And this is no competition, so there's no how long can you make your om sound for. It's just the sound. There's just you and the sound. No one here is going to care. It's about the relationship and your connection with divine nature. We're going to make big, sweeping, full moon type shapes today. So taking your arms out to the side and taking them right up overhead and then just swaying like you're a tree in the breeze. Big, sweeping gestures. They can be from the earth to the sky, they can be from the back to the front, from left to right, right to left, circular, linear, just whatever feels right for you. You can get your head involved, bend into your elbows and your wrists and get your fingers moving. And feel that your sweeping gestures are really organic. So you're making shapes like perhaps you might see in nature. And we know that in nature there are all different types of shapes, there are all different types of organic matter. And that one leaf or one blade of grass or one flower is not like the next. It might be similar. But each has their own way of expressing who they are, and that's what we're doing today. If you're sitting on a bolster, just take yourself off the bolster and bring your legs wide apart. And then just swaying your body, come forward in a forward fold with your arms outstretched, fingertips on the floor. And again, just making these sort of sweeping gestures with your spine. And maybe also you start getting sort of more into this rounded sort of shape of the body. And perhaps also those shapes start to bring you into twists and waving of the arms and sort of delicate shapes. Maybe there are some really huge gestures that you're making. Nothing's planned and nothing has to be the same on one side to the other. Just keep making your shapes. And then come to stillness in your forward fold. You can bend your knees if you need to, or even actually might be easier to just bring your feet together so that your knees are out to the side in butterfly. And because your hands are in a beautiful position there with your feet, just use your thumbs to press into the arch of the foot. Spread yourself over now so you come up onto all fours. So you're on your knees. Knees can be comfortably under or wider than your hips. If you need your toes tucked under, you can leave them tucked under. Hands are on the floor, underneath or wider than your shoulders. A little bend in the elbows is nice, isn't it? Fingers are spread widely and you press the fingertips down into the floor. So again, rather than general cat-cows, can you make circular movements with the body and start getting interested about what you can do with your shape. You know, maybe one foot comes off the floor, one knee comes out to the side, maybe one arm lifts up or threads under. I'll leave it to you to decide as you listen to your body. What does it tell you it wants to do? What does it tell you it wants to feel? Maybe it's just rolling the head and the neck, shaking it out like a horse shakes its head. Om Shri Radharamana Namo Nama Om Shri Radharamana Namo Om Shri Radharamana Om Shri Radharamana Om Shri Radharamana Namo Om Shri Om Shri Radharamana Namo Shri Radharamana Om Shri Radharamana Om Shri Radharamana Namo Just tuck the toes under and just shift your bottom back towards the heels. And that way, you're just giving yourself a bit of a toe stretch, an arch stretch. You can keep your chest up, lift your head. Gently push yourself back onto flat feet. The knees will come up off the floor. And at the back of your mat, you're in a downward shape. Walk your hands forward so you are in Uddha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So for a moment, just feeling yourself in your downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Just gentle with yourself. And then walk your feet all the way to the top of your mat. Keep your butt up nice and high. And here, with your feet about hip distance apart or wider, you're just going to again sweep your hands close to the floor or on the floor, wherever, just swaying from side to side. Again, just making moon shapes. Om Shri Radharamana Namo Om Shri Radharamana Namo Om Shri Radharamana Om Shri Radharamana Om Shri Okay, hands to the shins or fingertips to the floor. You're going to inhale for a really big half forward lift. So the chest is going to really lift. Your gaze is going to be forward. Just roll the shoulders back. So there's a great big opening through the front of the body. Bend the knees deeply. Inhale, and then circle the arms out to the side as you stand up. Bring them back up overhead. Big in breath here at the top. Oh. Hands together. They come down to the chest. Sweeping the arms down and around and back up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Fold all the way down. You're going to bend one knee at a time. And just look underneath your armpit. So it's going to be a little bit of a twist. And whichever way feels right for you. Right? So you might look to the side that you're bending. You might look to the side that you're not bending to. And just see what works best for you this morning, today. Just, there is no right or wrong. One might be more difficult than the other. It doesn't make it wrong. Bend the knees deeply. Take your arms back behind you, looking forward. Inhale here to really plug the feet down. And exhale, lift your pubic bone to the chest. And bring your arms forward, Utkatasana chair pose. Arms are forward, then up. Chest is up. The pubic bone leads the chest. So the pubic bone is pressing up to the chest. And here, maybe step from side to side. You're going to sway again. Om Shri Radharamana Namo Namah. Starting to make shapes, maybe standing up, starting to dance here on the spot. Om Shri Radharamana Namo Namah. Om Shri Radharamana. Om Shri Radharamana. Om Shri Radharamana. Namo Namah. Come back down to the floor in your standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Arms back behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, as you exhale, pubic bone lifts to the chest, so the chest lifts, arms come forward, elbows lift, arms come up beside or near abouts to the ears. Utkatasana. Lift the pubic bone. You don't want to arch the back, but rather feel that there's a nice strong lower back. Again, now you can get some movement. Maybe bend the elbows, maybe bend the knees more, stand up more, maybe lift a foot, and then you can start to experiment with how you're standing, moving your arms, full moon action. In and out, the tides, the breath, our menstrual cycles, whatever it is that moves with the moon. Radharamana. Om Shri Radharamana. Namo Namah. You're encouraged to sing along too. Om Shri Radharamana. Namo Namah. Om Shri Radharamana. Om Shri Radharamana. Om Shri Radharamana. Namo Namah. you've moved from the top of your mat. Just move to the top of your mat in your Uttanasana. Forward fold. And inhale for a half forward lift. Exhale, fold fully. Step your feet back, downward facing dog. And then inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Lift up the hip, bend the knee, heel to the butt. Really open the hip up. And the foot comes out over to the opposite side, or the knee does, depending on how you're bending. Big breath here. Okay, on your next exhale, you're going to bring the knee into the chest. Lift your chest up as high as you can. Look forward. Come up onto your right fingertips and step the foot forward. From here, you're just going to shift the weight back so both legs are long. And just start to fold the chest towards the leg. Extend the crown of the head forward, sort of in front of the foot area, just where you are there. Just taking a moment here, just a moment of breath. Bend into the front knee now, so you're coming into a runner's lunge. Lift the chest. Big breaths in and out. And moving back. Down facing dog. Come down onto hands and knees. Just take a child's pose. Widen your legs if you wish. Om Sai Gurudev Namo Om Sai Gurudev Om Sai Gurudev Namo Om Sai Gurudev Om Namo Gently coming back up onto hands and knees. Tuck the toes under. Take an inhale and exhale back into your down facing dog. So on your next inhale, when you're ready, left leg lifts up. Take the heel of the butt, open the knee. And just lengthen it out. You don't have to do too much movement here. Lengthen it out so that you're feeling that kind of crossway stretch. I hate using that word. Extension, opening like the moon. And take a deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to bring that knee right up to the chest. Right up to the chest. Look forward, step it up to where the left hand is, then extend back. Namo Om Shri Guru Dev Om Sai Guru Sai Guru Sai Guru Sai Om Sai Guru Sai forward into the lunge, lifting the chest, lift and open, so arching the back in a way that is echoing the curves of the moon. Sai Guru Sai Namo Namah Sai Guru Sai Namo Sai Guru Sai Namo. Taking yourself back, foot back, down facing dog. Om Sai Guru Dev Namo. Come back into your child's pose. Om Sai Guru Dev Namo. Sai Guru Sai Namo. Om Sai Guru. Om Sai Guru Sai Namo. Sai Guru Sai Namo. Om Sai Guru Dev Namo. Om Sai Guru Dev Namo. nice and slowly. You're going to tuck the toes under again, and with the toes under, lift your knees up off the floor. Walk your feet back to the front of your mat. And then stepping your left or right foot back, it actually doesn't matter. Step one foot back and then turn so that you're facing the side, long edge of your mat. And toes are in, heels are out. You can have the knees bent just slightly. And again here, just moving from side to side. So bending one knee, then the other. Gently now, switching the heels so they're wider than the toes. Bending the knees, drop your bottom. Hands can come to the thighs. Lift the chest. Maybe elbows to the thighs. Doesn't really matter. But with your knees bent, you're going to lift the chest so that you're in a wide leg squat. Lengthen the spine upright. And then lift the bottom, drop the head. You're going to switch the position of your front foot to face the front. Bend into that front knee, but keep yourself looking to the long end of your mat. Maybe elbow up onto your front thigh, maybe the hand stays on the floor as you open into an extended side angle pose. So one arm is going to be resting, the other opening up towards the sky. Circling the top arm, so the arm reaches back and comes forward, or forward and then back, creating these big moon shapes. And you can move through these as much as you like, bending into the back knee, switching from front to back. Gently and slowly. The arm that is closest to the front foot comes down onto the ground, forward into the outside of the front foot, and then just lift slightly onto the toes of the back foot. Bend into the front knee gently as you lift the back leg up off the floor, raising the opposite arm back up towards the ceiling for Artadrasana, half moon pose. And you can make your half moon pose fuller by bringing the knee back in, bringing the arm back in, and then opening back out. So you're sort of this rolling moon, opening and closing. Gurudev, Om Shri Gurudev Namo. Shri Guru Shri Namo. Gently, slowly, back foot comes to the top of your mat. Take your feet maybe as wide as your mat or wider than your hips anyway. Drop your butt right down. Malasana. Beautiful. Go down low, goddess squat. Really opening the lower diaphragm, pelvic floor down towards the earth. Lengthen the chest. Now you may keep your hands to the floor. You might have the hands in Anjali Mudra, pressing the knees out to the side, your choice. Pressing deeply down into your feet, arms reach up overhead, inhale, and then press and lift to the best of your ability. There we go. You're gently going to take the opposite foot back, so whatever foot you had forward, take back, and then turn to look to the long edge of your mat. Squat down. Reach from side to side. Maybe a little skandasana, so maybe one leg stays long, straight. You can pivot on the heel, you can get creative. You don't have to do the same thing as you do on the other side. Om Shri Gurudev Namo. Om Shri Gurudev Namo. Om Shri Bring the heels in, drop the bottom. Arms to the front or up above. go from one to the other. Gently, the position of your front foot is going to start facing forward. You're going to bend into the front knee and just bring your elbow to rest there or hand to the floor as you move around into the shape of extended side ankle. In whichever way, shape or form feels right to you. You can experiment as much as you like. Do as much moving around here as you like. For those of you who might be watching on YouTube, I'm sorry this is so dark. It's a very dismal day here in Albury Town. The hand that is closest to your front foot is going to come to the floor. Forward and wider to the outside of your front foot. You can come onto the back foot and just gently start to lift yourself into Artadrasana. Rolling it out as much as you like. Bring yourself back into child's pose. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om You are love. We are love. Oh, joy to you. Joy to you. Joy to you. I am alive. You are alive. Slowly moving over onto your back. On another road, another road, another road. If you have something nearby that you want to place over the top of you, have it nearby. But before you do that, just bring your knees into your chest. Roll the knees around. Take them from side to side. So again, just moon shapes, rolling from side to side. I am bliss. You are bliss. We are bliss. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I am peace. You are peace, and we together. Just bring your knees closer towards your shoulders. Just do a little happy baby, maybe even lengthening the feet to the ceiling, to the sky, feeling yourself ground down. And then just bringing yourself to rest. The ebb and flow of the moon allows us to change emotions. It allows us to feel different things. Isn't that wonderful? We are often told to not feel so much, to not show so much emotion, to not have changes of emotion. The moon cycles is asking us to be all of who we are. It is asking us to be in touch with our hopes and our dreams and our desires, and asks us to follow through. Every cycle has its starting point. And this part of the moon cycle is to take action. What can you take action on today that will bring you closer to who you really wish to be and how you really wish to be yourself? What emotions can you share that is more than being compliant to what other people need you to be for their sake? What can you do and who can you be for your sake? Navarasa. Nine emotions. In fact, coming up is the festival of Navratri. 9 days of the goddesses, and each goddess echoing a different emotion. These emotions range from, and I'm probably not going to remember them all, but things like rage, anger, and happiness, courage, fear, we can't know one without experience of the other. So I think that's an important thing for us to remember as we are developing who we are emotionally. That one is dependent upon the other for experience and for context. And each has an antidote within. So the antidote for fear is courage. For rage or anger is peace. For sadness, happiness. So that we roll as we roll our bodies. We move through these different experiences as the moon changes. So in no way, shape or form, feeling like you need to apologize for having a spectrum of emotional resources at your disposal to be who you are. So as we come through this full moon, what is it that you need to do to take action on becoming more of who you are, to express more of who you wish to be and how you want to be the person you dream and desire? With all your ebbs and flows, with all the different ways that you can be who you are. Especially for those of us in lockdown. And there are some who have been in lockdown for a long time. And I know myself, just in the past week and a half, or just over a week, as we keep coming to the second week, my own emotions have gone through the phases of, yes, Gaelle, you can do it. Oh, Gaelle, what were you thinking? Yes, Gaelle, Gaelle, you can do it. And Gaelle, maybe you need to do something different. Maybe try this. Gaelle, it's okay to have another chocolate biscuit. Yeah, that's a good idea to have rice and vegetables. The spectrum of experience is not happiness all the time. It is not accomplishment, success all the time. In fact, how do we even know what one is without the experience of disappointment? How can we appreciate the feelings of elation without the experiences for ourselves of what it's like to not be in that state? So Navarasa, the 9 emotions. Om Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti. I am peace. You are peace. We are peace. Just moving fingers and toes. Just flipping your feet from side to side. Rolling over onto your side, curl yourself up into a little ball. I'm I am bliss. You are bliss. We are bliss. Slowly come and sit back on your pillows or on your bolsters. If you need to, and you're anywhere near us here in Albury, you'll need a blanket around your shoulders. Taking both hands across the heart space. Om joy to you. Joy to you, joy to you. I am light. You are light. We Loka Samesta Sola in some experience of freedom within ourselves, so that even during lockdown, we have the space within us that is free to breathe. And boy, are we lucky in Australia. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring yourself back to earth. And ignoring the phone call, which is incessant phishing that's been going on with my phone number at the moment. Scam Central. I send to them all the light they can have. They need it just like anybody else. Bringing your hands together in Anjali Mudra, known as Namaste. Namaste in India is a general greeting of hello and goodbye. It recognizes that we all have the need and requirement for peace, for light, for bliss. For the feeling of the freedom to make choices in how we are and how we feel. So let's it out for the last few moments of the class. Been going for an hour and 10, so I'll finish up soon. Sing to your heart. Sing to the earth. Sing to the divine. Sing to your community. Sing to the world, that the world may know peace. And thank you very much for joining for our SoulSounds Asana, our BhaktiFlow. Please, once this has gone up, leave a message for me. If you've watched it, please let me know how it resonated for you. And if you would like to be part of this live more often, but let me know. And thank you all very, very much for for being part of this morning's healing for all of us with this new moon. We can start afresh. Thank you. Namaste.